Hey there, my fellow parents. Do you ever feel stuck in a rut just going through the motions day after day? What if I told you that the key to unlocking your family's hidden potential is actually hiding in those uncomfortable, awkward moments we usually try to avoid? Today, we're going to explore how embracing that discomfort can lead to incredible growth for you and your kids. Hey parents, welcome to Fulfillment Therapy. Do you want to raise your kids better and have a stronger marriage? Are you up late at night researching marriage and parenting tools and self-care tips? Do you start each day hoping for deeper connections and less chaos, but it ends with family arguments and going 12 different directions again? My name's Kendra, wife, mom, therapist, and growth enthusiast. It wasn't until I discovered how to fulfill my unmet needs that I was finally able to show up as my best self as a spouse and parent. I realized that by meeting my needs, I could more fully meet the needs of my family with more energy and less resentment. In this podcast, I teach parents skills like boundary setting, prioritizing personal needs, communication, and claiming ownership. Just like my clients, you'll be shocked by the improvement in your marriage, parenting, and personal life when you focus on fulfilling your important unmet needs. Ready to prioritize yourself so you can quit mentally throat punching people? Then grab those earbuds and head outside, and let's rock and talk. Welcome to Fulfillment Therapy. I'm your host, Kendra Nielsen, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of hidden potential, inspired by Adam Grant's book, Hidden Potential. We're going to explore how embracing that discomfort and seeking those awkward situations can actually be the key to unlocking our true capabilities. And I love this when I read this book by him, and I want to share some of those concepts with you today. In this book, he challenges the notion that success is primarily determined by our innate talents, but instead he argues that everyone has untapped potential that can be developed. His book emphasizes how potential is not about where you start, but about how far you travel, and focuses on character skills and growth mindset and embracing discomfort as key factors in achieving greater things than ever before. I know many of us are getting near the end of the school year and looking towards summer. It's easy to fall into complacency. During this time, have you stopped stretching yourself? Have you stopped becoming who you're meant to be to some degree or another? And not only for yourself, but for others, because you're getting into that mundane part of living before the summer comes. If that's you, there is no worry. We all get there. And this podcast is just about small, simple ways to lean into growth and to increase fulfillment in our life. So let's consider some simple ways to maximize your potential. The first thing you can do is seek out discomfort. If you're comfortable, you're doing it wrong. And that was said by psychologist Ted Lasso. When I first heard that really was highlighted in my mind. This can apply to many things, from learning new languages to maybe even trying new exercises at the gym, or maybe it's even with our faith, like deepening our understanding of the scriptures or of God. For parents, this might mean volunteering to lead a school project that you've never done before, or initiating a difficult conversation with your teen about their future, whatever that might be. But there are ways all around us to seek that discomfort. They have a lot of interesting examples and experiences throughout the book, but they talked about different studies that show that people who intentionally pursue discomfort when learning performed so much better. And I thought, I don't think I've ever sought to be uncomfortable or to embrace that awkwardness, like they talked about it in the book. But what a fun thing that would be to encourage your family to do. I just want you to focus on being awkward. Find those opportunities where you can experience awkwardness, because that means you're growing and you're thriving and you're in this new zone that you don't usually get to be in. And that's where amazing things begin to happen. I want to give you a quick example here. At the gym, I've had this friend forever. He's probably in his 80s. His name's Mel, and he's the most amazing little Hispanic man. I just love him. He's so full of light. And he always tries to get me to speak Spanish with him, and I'll try just one or two words, and then I'll get really shy and awkward, and I'll change the subject. But it's because I'm awkward when it comes to stringing a bunch of words together, even though my vocabulary at this point is pretty good when it comes to Spanish words. I don't practice outside of those lessons, and I panic every time. I don't want to be awkward. And it's not that I have such a big ego that I can't handle being awkward, but I notice that my friend that sometimes goes with me at the gym, she's willing to just throw out anything and let it be wrong. And it's harder for me to do that. The longer that I'm competent in different areas in my life, the harder it is for me to show up incompetently and mediocrely. Is that even a word? I don't know. But allowing for those spaces of being terrible at something. But that is so good for us to model for our kids. And so I need to practice what I'm preaching here and throw myself into that awkwardness. There's plenty of areas that I do, but more for joking and silliness, but doing this regularly. So if you are trying to learn Spanish, for example, or another language, try to strike up a conversation from a Spanish speaking person. Be willing to be awkward. Like in the book, they shared an example of how his friend was just like, I'm just going to try it. He tried to order a newspaper juice when he was ordering food. And I don't even think I would get remotely that terrible. And yet I still hesitate. And maybe you do as well. Another thing that Grant suggests is that growth is less about how well you work. So, can you shift your approach and work more efficiently in less time? For busy parents, this might mean dedicating 20 minutes of undivided attention to your kids instead of an hour of distracted time. And that's so much easier to wrap your head around. So, even in the daily grind of parenting and work and household tasks, there's opportunities to learn and to grow. We can try listening to educational podcasts while we're doing chores or involve our kids in cooking to teach them about nutrition or math. There's so many different areas, even if you feel like, oh, there's not space for it. So whether it's learning new languages through apps or taking new fitness classes or spiritual study or whatever it might be, consistency is also that key to growth. So you could set aside 15 minutes each day to practice a new skill, like learning to code or mastering a new recipe. Zig Ziglar said, the only way to grow is to get out of your comfort zone. And Carol Dweck talks about mindset. She wrote the mindset book. She says, no matter what your ability is, effort is what ignites that ability and turns it into accomplishment. Recapping just those few things, it's about putting in that effort, that ability. It's about finding any opportunity to be uncomfortable, to just be bad at something and practice that. And then also reframe discomfort as progress. So when you feel uncomfortable, remind yourself that this feeling is a sign of growth. Kristen Laura says this, growth is uncomfortable because you've never been here before. You've never been this version of you. So give yourself a little grace and breathe through it. You can also create a supportive environment. So surround yourself with people who encourage that growth and chuckle with you, laugh with you over silly mistakes. I encourage you to dive in and try more of them. So this could be joining a book club or a fitness class or a parenting group and share those successes and those challenges and those funny stories. Another very simple thing is set those specific achievable goals and break those big goals like learning Spanish down into smaller ones. Or maybe you want to write a book. Start with writing 500 words a day. Or maybe you want to improve your health, but you start with a 10-minute walk. So I challenge you today, my friends, to think of one way you can maximize your potential. How can you grow by seeking out opportunities to be awkward and uncomfortable? What new skill or area of knowledge are you feeling called to improve? As parents, this might mean learning to code right alongside your child or maybe taking up a sport together. For professionals, that could also be volunteering to lead a project outside of our usual scope, or it could be striking up a conversation with a stranger or trying a new dish that you've been curious about. Just keep this in mind as you listen to this quote from Nelson Mandela. He said, "There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." This is Kendra Nielsen, once again your host, reminding you to embrace discomfort, seek growth, and unlock your hidden potential. Until next time, my friends, this is Fulfillment Therapy. Keep stretching and becoming the best version of yourself. And remember, every moment of discomfort is an opportunity for growth. And I hope it's awkward and weird and crazy and memorable and fun so you can share it for generations. Embrace it, learn from it, and watch yourself transform. Take care, my friends. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to check out our courses and our blog on fulfillmenttherapy.org. These things will help you take your life to the next level if you need that extra help and accountability and some simple structure from someone you can trust. Go get it. Go check it out. Sign up for those courses. You will not regret it. I promise you. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, chances are someone else would too. Would you take 30 seconds to share this with a friend who's looking for greater family fulfillment? And while you're sharing, tell me what you think about the show by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. It refuels me when I hear this podcast is helping you. No matter what your house or your hair looks like, I'll meet you back here every Monday and Thursday morning for more episodes. Until then,